Mark and Paulette, the two travelers in Mexico, and today we're going to take you to the Vidanta Resort located in Nuevo Vallarta. As you can see, it's huge. It's 2,500 acres. All of the buildings you see in the foreground are part of the Vidanta Resort.
Mark and I stayed there for 7 nights. It was our first time in Nuevo Vallarta.
When you get to the resort, you'll check in. All of your bags will be scanned and x-rayed. This was a process similar to going into an airport and having all of your bags scanned. There were a bunch of carts that they load your bags into. They give you a piece of paper with your cart number on it. And then once you finally get booked into a hotel room, then you call and have them deliver your cart.
They actually let you watch as they lock up the luggage in one of those cart bags.
Right. Now, from there, it's a walk to the reception area. Here, it's not very busy because it's on a weekday. The busier days between Friday and Sunday when most people are checking in.
After we got done registering, we ended up talking to somebody else to schedule a presentation of the resort since that was our first time there. After registering, we went over and talked to a gentleman that was asking us some questions regarding the presentation that we would be doing later on. And while we were there, they upgraded us from I believe it was the Maya Palace that we were supposed to be staying in to the Grand Lux.
What you're looking at now is our room. It was pretty big. It had a bigger balcony and a smaller balcony.
Right. Mark and I really hardly used the living room area. We did use the other balcony a few times, but it only had one lounge chair there, so we took one from the bedroom and put it out there so we both could sit. It was really nice, I gotta say. We were across from gondolas that would go by.
Yeah, the gondolas that no one was hardly ever in. The room was big. It was really nice, though.
Yeah, I thought the bathroom was beautiful, and it had a tub, a big spa tub.
Yep, and a small refrigerator, not a kitchen really or anything like that, just a small refrigerator to store
No,
stuff.
you couldn't cook on burners or anything like that. And in that cabinet, there was absolutely nothing in it. It was completely empty.
On top of our hotel was this restaurant. It was pretty cool. It had fantastic views. As you'll see here in a minute, there was also a very nice swimming pool. A part of it was kind of like an infinity pool.
You know, it looked like it had a jacuzzi.
Yeah, very nice.
The Vidanta property is comprised of 5 different resorts within it. The Grand Maya, the Maya Palace, the Grand Bliss, the Grand Lux, and the newest is the Estates. Each of them have their own separate pools. There seems like there was multiple pools all through the resort. I couldn't even count how many.
Right, and each of the hotels had like 4 or 5 different buildings with it too. But all of this is connected through these what seem like miles and miles of walkway.
Yeah, it was definitely like walking in a jungle, like Jumanji for sure. It was pretty cool, and they had like little arrows that told you where you were going. However, sometimes when you reached the end of it, you couldn't figure out which direction you were going anymore. The arrows like stopped. But there'll be a scene coming up. There's the, what was it called again?
The Lazy River.
Lazy River, yeah. Mark and I did that. That was fun. We ran around it, I think, 3 times. It was pretty nice.
Well, yeah, because we missed our stop.
No, I didn't want to stop.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
This was at the Maya Palace, one of them. And there was actually a way that you could get up there and go down, right? A different area. Couldn't go down that area that we just showed you in the picture.
That would have been a pretty rough ride.
Yeah, Mark wanted to do that, but he never got around to doing it.
There was an actual slide that came off of it. As we pass the pools, we're actually making our way to the beach. The beach itself was pretty big. You would have to get onto the beach, and then you'd have to walk really quite a distance to get to the water.
Well, and the Grand Lux, where we were the furthest. The resort had over 40 restaurants and lounges, although Mark and I didn't see that many.
No.
We probably just didn't make our way through a bunch of those different hotels with multiple restaurants either. This resort, however, was cashless. You could buy charges, like you could put like $950, which is a lot of money, I think, for a week stay. So you are able to do that too.
The resort had hundreds, I think, of shuttles to get you back and forth from one building to another, which is good if you didn't feel like walking. And they were very convenient too.
They were. The thing is, you cannot walk on the roads because it's just for the shuttles. Those wooden paths that we showed you, like you see right there, you could walk wherever you wanted to if you didn't want to take the shuttle, which gets you around the whole resort. However, Mark and I can never figure that out.
Yeah. But the people that worked there, they all spoke English. They were very nice and very helpful.
Really good customer service. I would say a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, absolutely.
A lot of the resorts had like a water fountain in the front of it, which was a nice feature. The Vidanta Resort in Nuevo Vallarta has 3 golf courses that are consistently recognized as some of the top golf courses in Mexico and some of the finest resort golf properties in the world. Me and Mark, not being golf people, it didn't make a difference to us, but for golfers, I'm sure it would.
The golf courses did look beautiful, though. One of the restaurants we ate at was this one, Tremont, which is an Italian place. The food was really good.
It was.
Most of the restaurants require that you make dinner reservations. Not all, but most. Including this one, which was interesting because at the time we had our reservations, Paulette and I think were the only ones actually in the restaurant. Paulette and I both had the fettuccine alfredo with chicken, and it was very good.
The Santuario, or sanctuary, was an area where you could transfer from one shuttle to another. At night, its sprawling 75,000 square foot indoor and outdoor areas offered entertainment as the evening hours approached. That's when things really came alive. The live entertainment offered was acrobatics, dancers performing, singers, dazzling light shows.
This was a really nice venue. You could sit and enjoy the music or the different shows going on. They had bar service if that's what you wanted. Just beyond the Santuario was the Asian restaurant called Gong. The food actually was pretty good there, and it was a really beautiful restaurant. This was another restaurant that you needed a dinner reservation for. There was indoor and outdoor dining. And one of the really cool things about it is there was a light show on the water.
Mark and I ate at this restaurant twice, Cafe del Lago, or Del Lago. It was buffet style. They had a huge variety actually to choose from, and I think that you could have omelets made. I think that's what Mark ended up doing. I did not. I liked their quiche that they had. It was really good. I ate that both times that we ate there, of course, with some other things. They had lots of pastries to choose from. Chilaquiles, sausages, scrambled eggs with ham, just a lot of food. I think they had some soups. I think that was soups. I'm not sure what that was. Just like I said, just a huge variety. I think there was 3 stations like this where you could go ahead and pick what you wanted to eat. And if you wanted more, grab a new plate and go back for more. The coffee and juice was also provided there with the buffet.
This fire show went on every night at the beach at sunset. And this show went on for about 20 minutes. However, down near the beach and at the beach, there was also other entertainment, live bands. You could also get churros.
There were tables and a couple of like those lounge couches, and you could order a cocktail and just sit out there and watch the sunset, listen to the band that was playing, or listen to the music from the fireworks if you didn't head down to watch it. So we mentioned to you about going to a presentation, and that's exactly what we did. So here's some of the pictures from some of the rooms. Now the prices varied, of course, depending on what you were looking for. If you wanted like a studio that had a king-size bed in it, you could purchase something like that if that's what you wanted to do. There was also one-bedroom units. The bathrooms all pretty much looked the same. They were pretty big, and they all had like a jacuzzi hot tub or jacuzzi tub in it. Not a hot tub. Well, I guess it would be hot if you had hot water, huh? Outside on this one, there was like a spa hot tub area with a pretty large deck. But some of the units did go as big as, like I said, a studio with the king-size bed to a one-bedroom. A two-bedroom was most of them. But from what I understand, I think the estates even have 3 bedrooms available for purchase.
Yeah, and all of the rooms were nicely appointed. Here we are on the gondola. They wanted to charge us $50 each to ride the gondola, which was kind of annoying, I guess, considering that when you get over there, the park's not even really open anymore. It's been open, but now we got conflicting information if it's open or if it's only open some days or some hours.
From what I understand, there's like 5 restaurants that are open, I think 3 rides, and it's called Vidanta World Park. So they have the gondolas that ride that connect it. But from what I understand, you can also take a shuttle over there for no price. Right here is an area where they do outside concerts. And here we are in the gondola riding over.
This riding over this body of water where there's a light show and a water show. And coming up in front of us, you're going to see a Ferris wheel. And they're also building more hotels over there too.
Right. There's one called the Kingdom of the Sun, and I think that's that castle one. I'm not sure. There's some things that are in the distance that are not open yet. Some other hotels that they're going to offer that you can buy in this area if that's what you want to do. Again, it's way further from the beach. But, if you've got small kids and this is something that you might be interested in, I think what they're trying to do is I think they're trying to make it like a Disneyland. And if any of you have been to Disneyland, this probably will not even come close to what Disneyland has to offer. But I think that it's a good thing that they are doing, for families, young families, that want that entertainment, and I think it's a good thing. And they're building really far out too. They're in different phases.
Yeah, as far as the amusement park goes, this is just the first park. They're talking about building 2 more after this.
Yeah, so it's going to be huge. And actually, the gondola crosses the highway or freeway or whatever that is, the road, onto the other side where there's going to be more of the theme park going in on different phases. But yeah, we've heard conflicting different things about this park. But the last thing that we heard from listening to the presentation was that they were basically closing it off right now so that they could continue to work on it and get it more up and running and operational with more added rides and grounds and hotels.
And speaking of rides, here is the lazy river.
That was fun. I liked that a lot. And there was waterfalls, like as you can see right here. There were clear inner tubes that you rode, and it was nice. It was a little breezy, a little on the chilly side in some areas that we passed through. I think we ended up taking it later in the afternoon, but there I am. But it was fun. I really enjoyed that a lot. And here's another pool area, as you can see. I mean, the grounds were just pretty spectacular, I do have to say. I think that this resort was by far on the luxury end.